Hello, I'm Ken Hom, and I'd like to show you today my vegetarian chow mein dish. And it's a fantastic way to celebrate Chinese New Year. What you need to do is get just dry noodles that you can find at at your supermarket. And what you simply want to do is to blanch them just for a couple of minutes according to the packet's instructions. And then drain them, and then put them in sesame oil, and then you're ready to go. It's really important when you're actually stir frying is to have everything all ready. Now, we start out with carrots, and I'm using a Chinese cleaver. And the method is to grip it like this with your index finger and your thumb here, and you hold the food, and you cut this down like this, turn this over so it's nice and flat, and then you can actually make slices very, very easy. This is a very, very good way to shred the carrots. And once they're in slices like this, you just stack them up and make shreds. It's important that all the vegetables are cut uniformly so they can cook evenly. And because when we use the wok, everything cooks really quickly. So you want it to look nice as well. It's very important for us Chinese to have an aesthetic view of food as well. In other words, it's not only delicious, but it's pleasing to the eye. And these are mangetout, which I'm doing the same thing, just slicing it into shreds like this. And what's nice about the cleaver is you can gather the whole thing up, as I'm doing here, and just put that on your plate. And here we have some spring onions. And again, we just cut them slightly at an angle like this. And once that's done, we're ready. And let me show you how to do something like pepper. Hold the pepper like this, cut this at the end, turn this over, cut this at the other end, and you stand the pepper up. Open this up, and then parallel with the board, this is where the cleaver is very good, you want to core the pepper out. And this is all cored out. And we have the pepper in one whole piece. And cut that in half. And then very easily shred this. Now we have garlic. You just take peeled garlic, crush it like this with the cleaver. And then you can quickly chop this coarsely. What's really important about chopping garlic is not to chop it too fine, because if you throw it in the wok and it's very hot, the garlic will start to burn and you will have this sort of bitterness, which is what you don't want. Now we're ready to stir fry, and this is the fun part. You get your wok really hot. How hot should it be? Well, you put your hand over the top and you can feel the heat. That means it's hot enough to start. And how we start is we add a little bit of oil. I like to use groundnut oil. Why? Because it's really good for stir frying. You don't want to use olive oil for this. Olive oil has a bit of a flavor, which it would be a shame to mix it with sort of Chinese flavors. Now, you stir fry that really quickly, and as you can see how quickly that's the garlic starts to brown. You want to add the carrots. When you stir frying, always add the harder vegetables first. Then we add the mangetout. And then finally the spring onion. Now these are very, very flavorful vegetables. And then our lovely peppers. You want to toss that really well. Continue to stir fry that until it acquires this sort of toastiness. And you can smell it, that this is doing very well. Got our vegetables, and finally we're going to add our noodles. So just add them in like this. At this point, we want to add not more oil to this dish, but a little bit of seasoning. And we're adding a bit of salt, pepper, and we're using white pepper. That gives a little bit of nice heat to the dish. and a pinch of sugar. Well, what does sugar do? Well, it gives a balance of flavor, and that's really important in a lot of Chinese dishes. It just brings out the full flavor of the veggies. Yes, give that a good mix, and we're going to add our other Chinese seasoning, light soy sauce. Light soy sauce tends to be a bit saltier. As the word implies, it's lighter in color. And dark soy sauce, which has a richer, more mellow taste. And often light and dark are used together, especially for something like noodles, which can be quite bland by itself. And we finish that with a little bit of rice wine. You can use dry sherry if you can't get rice wine. And make sure you toss that really, really well. And we want to finish that by adding a touch of toasted sesame oil, just a few teaspoons or so. And remember, sesame oil is used for flavoring, not for cooking, because it's toasty and has a lovely, lovely flavor. And so we add it at the end just to give it a nice, wonderful taste. Well, I'm going to taste it. That tastes really lovely, and I'm ready to serve it. We turn off our heat, and look at that. A really lovely family dish that is not only tasty, but quick and easy to make, and perfect for Chinese New Year. As they say in Chinese, 恭喜发财, wishing you a prosperous, happy New Year and a long life.